this is Natalie of the Vintage Cross Stitch Niche, bringing you another video. I gotta tell you, I really like making these videos. It's just fun. I share them on the page. You guys get to see what I'm buying, what I'm selling sometimes, and just I get to communicate with people about cross stitch, and it's awesome. So what do I have for you guys? I have a finish. I wanted to show you because I showed you this last time unfinished, and now pumpkin pie is finished completely. Isn't it pretty? This is done on candy corn linen, which I made. It is 28 count. In fact, it's a little on the stretchy side, meaning it's a little looser weave. I did work 2 strands over 2. I did an overdyed, I did a conversion because, just because, and I love it. I love it. So I went back and forth on how to finish this. I think what I'm going to do is take some backing board, whatever you call that stuff, and stretch it over the board, and then put some fabric behind it. I ordered some fabric on eBay. I took a chance. It's like a black fabric with a very small acorn in the back. So I'm going to try to do that, and then I'm going to put the whole thing on a, just imagine this stretched. I'm going to put the whole thing on a custom-made breadboard, so to speak, or a tombstone board, and then we could put this on the wall or wherever. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. See this one? This one is stretched. It's got a piece of fabric behind it. Now this is just hemmed and put on top, but I think I'm going to pull this one. I think it would look better. I'm not sure. I could hem it, but it's not a grungy prim piece really, so I don't know. I think I'm just going to pull it on the board, put it over another board, and put it on top of a custom color which shall be determined, probably an orangey color. Okay, so, and then I have another finish. Well, it's about 5 stitches away. Let's get this. My pillows are all over the place. Wow, I can't believe I'm so close and I didn't finish it last night. This is StitchyBox and Ink Circles Black Eyed Susan Another Year Creeps By number 2. And the name of the linen that I did this on is, I don't have it. I lost the paper. But it is by Fabrics by Stephanie. Isn't it pretty? I love the purple, so I did it on this fabric. I did this with mostly, this is a weird chart. Let me tell you why. I did this with mostly called for, but one of the threads is maple by House of Embroidery Cotton. I've never heard of House of Embroidery Cotton. I'd have to, I guess I could probably order it, but I picked a different color. Instead of maple, I picked Classic Colorworks Falling Leaves, which is, to me, a beautiful color. And also, the second weird thing is that it says that the symbols in yellow boxes are from a free border chart. The free border is available from the shop where you purchase this design. Well, I purchased the cross stitch cupboard, and Karen forgot to give me the border, and I forgot to ask. But then I'm looking at the border, and I think the border is too much. But no border, just, I don't know, wasn't right. So I made my own border. Can you see that? Here, I think it's, there we go. Let's put something behind it. I made my own border, and I'm very pleased. This chart was a quickie. It didn't take me long to do. It intrigued me for whatever reason. And I'm going to finish it as a little pillow. I have this backing. It's a basic backing. I think it'll look fine. And then I have black lace, which, I don't know, I'm thinking about just sort of making a border, tacking the black lace up as a border around the piece, although that's going to be a pain to get this around the edge. I don't know how I'd do that, so I don't know. Maybe just putting some lace on both sides, or just putting lace around, black lace around the whole thing. I also have more of this stuff. Am I capable? Oh, this is, by the way, this is a Blackbird Designs. Sits on my couch. Gee, that's annoying. I don't want to break it. There we go. Blackbird Designs pillow. Happy Halloween. With Dames of the Needle pumpkin backing. I did not finish this. This was finished at the cross stitch cupboard because I was afraid of putting this stuff in. They did a great job. But you do see how I put some of this lace on the sides. I thought that was pretty cool. So, wouldn't that be cool to finish this sort of like this? Too much for me to finish, but this one also has lace that was shirred that she did for me. In fact, I think it is this lace. I really thought this is pretty darn cool, the way she did this. More Dames of the Needle, by the way. I love Dames of the Needle. I think the quality of the velvet is awesome. I'm not putting down Lady Dot Creates, but I do like this velvet better. I'm telling you, it's softer. It's just a nicer quality. Whatever material she's using is nicer. And I don't remember the name of this chart. I believe it's Brenda Gervais. In fact, I know it is. And as you can see, I dyed this linen. This linen is dyed by me, and this does not have a name. I did make similar linen, and I called it Midnight Ride recently. So anyway, this was not finished by me. It was finished by them. But so somehow this is going to be the back. I'm going to incorporate the lace, and I'm going to try to finish this myself. I've gotten pretty good at using the machine just for small pillows. But I have to decide what to do. This is, did they add this later? Yeah, she just tacked this on. Actually, she tacked this on before. I think I'm going to do that. It looks pretty easy. And just leave it at that. So I'm going to do this today. So that's a finish. What else am I working on? Well, of course, I'm working on Emma Miles linen. With these beautiful Gloriana, and the other name is the Thread Gatherer Silken Colors. Just to remind you, Emma Miles. And I'll show you what I'm working on. How much I've done. That much. This is going slow, and the reason it's going slow is I keep starting something else in between. This will be finished though. So pretty. And of course the Mayflower piece, that'll have to be started. Everybody else started yesterday, and I didn't start it because I don't have it. I ordered it from Kitten Stitcher, and Kitten Stitcher had issues with supplies like everybody else. I think she oversold the chart. I don't blame her. She is in business to make money, and why not? And she did offer to send the chart out without certain colors that she was waiting on, and I said I might as well wait for the right color. There is no emergency to start that, but I definitely will start it once it's in, because how cool is that to do the stitch along? I've really never done a stitch along, so I'm looking forward to it. the reason I ordered it from Kitchen Stitcher instead of the cross stitch cupboard where I usually would have ordered has to do with the XG Designs linen. I had ordered it with exclusive linen, and I really wanted to use the XG Designs color, whatever color that they came up with. So I'm still waiting. Hopefully I'll get it this week, and if not, that's okay too. So, all right. So we got that. What am I going to work on in between? I don't know. Today I'm going to finish the pillow, and I'm going to work on Emma Miles. New, I do not have any new charts. Thank God. And I did kit some stuff up, so I will show you, but I wanted to show you this XG Design Trick or Treat 2020 nice, beautiful dyed silks. Aren't they pretty? I don't know how many yards are here, but to me it looks like it's definitely more than 5 yards, maybe 10 yards. And I think this ended up being $15, so it was $5 for each 10 yards. How could you go wrong? That's really not bad. Beautiful, huh? I don't know how many strands, but in general, silk has more strands than the cotton. Very pretty, I like that. I also made some needle minders, one of which I can't find, go figure. I made a needle minder to go with this Halloween piece. I was going to sell it, and then I decided not to. This is an old pin I made into a needle minder. Isn't that cool? Then I made another Christmas needle minder that, isn't that cute? Pretty, right? It's really strong too, because I use these neodymium magnets and they're like crazy strong. But I thought this was pretty. Don't want to break it. It's a pretty old pin. So I made that to do Emma Miles with. I thought I'd show you some of the linen I made. I already showed you pumpkin pie. Excuse me, candy corn. And this is candy corn, another piece of it. It's sold. This is something called jumping jack. As you can see, it's darker. If I can just open it. It's darker. It's harder to make. I don't think I'm going to make it again. It was too messy. But that's jumping jack. This is morning paper. It's got writing on it. This is Stains coffee with milk. That's coffee with milk. This is light stained sampler. Isn't that beautiful? So it's stained sampler basically. I think I showed you this. This is the last piece I have left of Gingerbread Girl. And this is just more of morning paper. I had a Humbug one where I pre-stamped it and then colored it with Humbug, and that all sold. I didn't even save a piece for myself, but I'm now writing down the recipes so I can reproduce these linens because people ask me for them. I have been asked, do I have a shop? Am I, do I have a business? I really don't. I just sell it on the Vintage Cross Stitch Niche Facebook page where I just randomly put it up for sale when I want to make it. To have a shop, I'd really have to get I really would have to start collecting taxes right now, since I pay retail for my ingredients. I could sell it. It's not, I don't really make enough money to worry about sales tax and so forth. And it's more of a hobby for me, and I like to share it with people. So if it was up to me, I would give it away, but I don't have a shop. I probably should have a shop one day, and I might. I don't have time to make the volume needed to really justify the cost of a shop. So we'll see. But anyway, just wanted to show you some of my fun linens. Another new thing I have is this. This is Friend Stitch. I forgot what it's going to be. It says September 12th. Don't open. When is Friend Stitch? Let me look this up, because I don't even know the weekend. Oh, gee, I hope I'm not on call. That would be bad. Friend Stitch, a Christmas gathering. Welcome to Friend Stitch, a Christmas gathering community. In this group, nope, that's not us. Is it? You can connect with fellow Stitchers. Huh. Is this, uh-oh, this is not the right one. What is Friend Stitch? Am I not in the group? How am I not in the group? Thought I was in the group. Let's see. I'm going to show you these. How long have you been cross-stitching? 30 years. Have you ever been to a cross-stitch retreat, and where was it? Yes, and I went to one in Fort Lauderdale. And Fort Pierce. Fort Pierce. What would you like to see discussion about in the group? Not sure. I'll be doing the Friend Stitch retreat. Maybe I did not. Okay, let me submit that. That's got to be it. I thought I was part of a group that did Friend Stitch, but I guess I wasn't. But now it's through Bent Creek, and it's too late to join. It said 2 days ago. And what Friend Stitch is, let's go to friendstitch.com. I know it was a random thing. A friend of mine had told me about this. And it's a Christmas gathering. The 7-hour Christmas gathering will include live sessions with Cecilia Turner, several teaching courses, a curated box of magical mementos that we will open together the day of the event, no peeking. The event will take place on October 24th. Okay, so October 24th is the event. Why does it say no opening until September 12th? Maybe we're just opening this as we go. So now that I just wanted to join the group, I hope they let me in. That would be nice. We'll see if they do. I don't know why they wouldn't, but... And it's a box of goodies. This was not cheap, I will tell you that. This was not cheap. But we'll see how it goes. It's a Zoom session, and it's October 24th. So now that I know about that, I'll make sure I'm off. Okay, so that's new. Next, let's show you, I have one more new thing. I'll show you in a minute. First, somebody asked about this pillow. This is Brenda Gervais, Letters to Santa. If you want this look, this is, I believe, 22 count linen, and I did 3 strands. If it's not 22 count, it's 22, 20, something like that, 24, maybe up to 25, but no, I think it was 22 count. 3 strands. Somebody made this into a pillow for me. Just to let you know. Okay. This is my new acquisition. by the Scarlet Letter. It's Ann Thompson. This is out of print. I checked. Okay. It's a round sampler. I always wanted to make a round sampler. I'm so excited. It's actually oval. This is done on multiple pages. Awful lot of colors in here. It was charted for DMC and Aversois silk. This came with all these DMC colors. I do have to check and see if it's all of them. It probably is. It also came with this humongous piece of linen. I don't know anything about this linen. To me, it looks like it's 36 count. I love the color though. I love the color, so I will do it on this linen. This is really a huge, huge piece. How big is this? I bought it and I did not know. On 30, it says 35 count linen, the piece is 21 by 24. Recommended 26 by 28. I have to check this. So let's see, 21 by 24. That's big. Gee. Well, that's 24 inches. It's big. Okay, not for the faint of heart. But, I mean, there's a lot of open space here. It's amazing. My only complaint about this chart, and I'm annoyed, is that it came this way. They did not say on the ad that it had this. I bought this on eBay, and I'm going to complain, actually, because this was not inexpensive. It really wasn't. I paid more than I usually would, because even with the linen, because I just had to have it. Just like Emma Miles, I had to have it. And I didn't expect a chart that's chewed up like this. So I am going to complain because of that. I don't know why somebody would do this or how it happened. I wish you would have said something. But with that said, the chart itself is fine, so I'm not that upset. What I like she did here was, well, she's got, here's the key. I thought the key was on every page, but it's not. Mostly cross stitch, mostly cross stitch. There is some satin stitch, mostly cross. I think this, she usually characterizes these as easy, intermediate, and so forth. I think this one's an intermediate one, but I'm in love. Just to show you, here is the original sampler. Isn't that fabulous? That's beautiful. And that's the original sampler. And this is the reproduction. So I am absolutely in love with this. I can't wait to do it. Okay. I gotta check that linen. Hopefully it's 40 count, because on 40 count linen, the sampler will measure 19 by 22. That's a little bit more reasonable. I hope this is, it's either 36 or 40. Just eyeballing it, but I have been fooled with linen where it's labeled one thing and then I dye it or start something on it and it actually is something else. Through no fault usually of anybody's fault. The issue is, oh my God, this is annoying. The issue is that when you dye linen, and let's say they dry it in the dryer, I would imagine sometimes, or they do that, it shrinks. And I think the case is with Picture This Plus, because the linen always seems a little tighter than it is. This linen right here, by Fabrics by Stephanie, this linen, yeah, this linen says 28 count, but I counted it, it's really 32. I think it was mismarked. So, All right, so that is a new acquisition. Yes, I did get one new chart. I did kit some things up and I want to show you because I think it's so fun to show you the linen and what I found. This is by the Pin Keep Pledge of Allegiance. It's a stunning piece. I know it's simple. Can't wait to do it because it's easy and simple. Called for linen is dirty linen, which I have. And this count is 36 count, I believe. Yeah, 36 count dirty linen. And I picked 3 different colors. I picked Merlot, Fathom, and a limited edition. Here you go. I love it. I hope I have enough Fathom to complete this. It's going to use 1 strand, so I don't think it uses that much. So hopefully, if not, I'll order more. You can really get away with a chart like this with even switching a color. I think it looks kind of cool when you do that. So don't get crazy if you run out of a color. You can always, especially on a prim design, you can switch colors. So that's 1. 2, Hinzite, Vintage Cat. Cool, huh? Came with a charm. The charm is a, I don't know, trick-or-treat bag. And I'm going to do him on a scrap of linen. This was called, I don't have any left, this was called Tea with Rudolph. I have something done on this linen. Let me show you. Let me show you what's done on this linen. What is done with Tea with Rudolph? I'm looking. Oh, here we go. Okay. This was done. I finished this myself, by the way. On Tea with Rudolph. And who did this? Who is this design? I gotta look it up. I don't remember who the design is by. Tea with Rudolph. Stacy Nash. It's by Stacy Nash, excuse me. And it's called Christmas Pin Keep. So I did the Tea with Rudolph. So the Vintage Cat is going to be done on this. And I know, bear with me, I picked a bunch of colors, just randomly picked colors that I think work. Let's see if we could get them all to lay together so you can see the effect. There's actually a lot of colors on this, considering. Isn't that fab? If anybody's interested in the colors, I can send you. One of these colors is neon green. Look how cool this color is. And it's by Threadworks. I just love these Threadworks colors, but I think that's so cool. And we got a bunch of others. We got another Threadworks one, Pumpkin Spice, which I had used on pumpkin pie. If anybody's interested in this conversion, just let me know and contact me or say below, and I'll do that. I also have another scrap of this if anybody's interested in doing the chart with me on the Tea with Rudolph. It's my last scraps. I have another scrap this size that will work. If you decide that you're going to do Tea with Rudolph and you buy the chart and the threads, I will send you the scrap. I will send you this for free. So, FYI. But you have to be doing this with me. I think that's my own thing. Okay, so we got that. Mountain Air, A Dickens Joyful Christmas. How could I not do this chart? I mean, look. A Dickens Joyful Christmas. Their called for thread is, of course, Woodland Moss by Mountain Air. I might even have this, to be honest with you, but I gotta look in my stash. I knew I had this. This is called Silver Birch. I have absolutely no idea who made this, but it's, in my opinion, perfect. If anybody could help me and tell me who made this, I'd be appreciative. 3 of these colors are called 4 colors. It does use Threadworks. The 4th color was Black Crow by Gentle Arts. Black Crow is blue. It's got a blue hue to it, and I just didn't like it. So I picked, I think the mascara, yeah. These are all strong colors, so just to show you. Isn't that nice? This is the perfect linen for this. It's got almost a snow look in the background. Look. I love this linen. I don't know who makes it, and it's fabulous. If anybody knows, let me know, because I would get more of this for other projects and try it. So I may be starting this. Very soon. These actually are projects that I'm so in love with that I'm going to start soon. I have to put this on a ring. Okay. Let's pick here. I ordered these in different colors. These aren't the greatest quality, but they're fine. They last. So we'll do it on a red ring. And are we missing one? What the heck? Uh-oh, my mascara's gone. This is so me, to drop something and not know where it is. That's okay, we'll get more. I have more and I'll find it. But we'll put this all on a ring. And then I don't put the ring near the fabric, and the reason is this ring has could have sharp edges, and I don't want it to damage my fabric, so I'll put it on the other side. Okay? And once again, I have a whole set of these. Aren't they cool? They're made in Japan by Brandywine Art, 1982. Thrift store find, an entire set that was undamaged other than a little bit of crazing, consistent with age. And I washed them all. Love them. I keep supplies of them. Finally, I kitted up New England St. Nick by the Good Housewife. Housewife, I think it's Housewife. Somebody on the Vintage Cross Stitch Niche page sent this to me as a gift, which is unbelievable. I'm going to send her something back. I don't know yet. I have to think about it. I have to research what she likes to stitch. Anyway, it's gorgeous. The colors are very unusual. It was charted for MPIs and DMC, and I did get the MPIs. Now these MPIs when you put them on let's get appropriate color. Let's get the gold. When you put them on these, you have to make a choice. You could take them off and put them on a thread keep, which is what I'm going to do. For now, I could put these just through, but I don't like it. So I love the look on that black linen. The only piece of black linen I have is Weeks Dye Works Onyx. I've had issues working on black linen before, but I think I'm going to give it a try. I had the cataract surgery in my eye, and I think I see better now, so we're going to give it a try again. I'm going to try to hold the colors up so you can see them. I know that doesn't look very professional, but you get the idea. It's an unusual color palette. In fact, there's black in here. So you do black on black. I guess that mixes in and gives it some depth, and I think it's going to be fine, Doing the black on black is going to be fun. Not, but... So I can't wait. This has been long out of print, and it's a, once again, a unicorn. It is incredibly hard to find. Like, beyond hard to find. So, I was so happy. The Good Housewife was the designer. I forgot her name, but she has something to do with Kathy Barrick. I don't know the relationship there, but it's not Kathy Barrick, I don't think. And the Good House, she had an open Etsy store for a while where she was reproducing these charts, and she no longer has it. So, all right. So next on the agenda, we are going to read from Scrooge. You can certainly go ahead if you don't want to. And then I'm going to show you the 2020 special holiday issue for Just Cross Stitch. I'm also going to show you one of my favorite editions, which is the 2009. The reason I'm going to show you is that there's a lot more designers that you know in here. There's a lot of unknown designers in here. I asked to find out why this was, and it has to do with the fact that the designers don't get paid. Not only do they not get paid, they lose rights to their design. You know, I have mixed feelings about this, because if you're a known designer, why not give back to people that that are your customers, so to speak, that support you by giving a free chart. That's on one hand. On the other hand, I don't know what the current editors of Just Cross Stitch, because I know it was sold to Annie's from Hoffman. I don't know the name of the people, but it was. And I don't know what their relationship is with the designers. Have they cultivated a positive relationship so they can get these? There are known designers in here, and there's some really nice designs. In fact, I have these little things I'm going to mark them with, but you'll see. Let's go back. Okay. For time's sake, we're again going slow on this. So that's the picture. Once again, this is a children's version, so it's a little abbreviated. There was no doubt, for it was Jacob Marley's pigtail, his usual waistcoat, his tights and boots, and he was dragging a chain that was wound around his waist. But what a strange chain it was, made of cash boxes, keys, padlocks, ledger books, and heavy steel purses. Marley's body was transparent so that Scrooge, looking at him, could see right through him, could see right through the two buttons even in the rear of his coat. As he raised his head, Scrooge met the death-cold eyes of the ghost as they stared back at him. "Well now," Scrooge coldly, "what do you want with me?" "Much." It was Marley's voice. "Who are you?" demanded Scrooge. "Ask me who I was," replied the ghost. "Who were you then?" "In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley," said the ghost as he sat down in a chair alongside the fireplace. Then he turned to stare directly into Scrooge's eyes and said flatly, "You don't believe in me." "I don't," said Scrooge. "What proof do you need that I am real?" asked the ghost. "You see me and hear me. But my sight and hearing could be affected by an upset stomach, and I do suffer from many of them," replied Scrooge. "You may be a bit of undigested beef, or a piece of uncooked potato, or a crumb of cheese, or even a fragment of a toothpick I might have swallowed. Humbug, I tell you, humbug." Hearing this, the ghost let out a frightful cry, shook his chain with such a horrible noise that Scrooge fell to his knees and buried his face in his hands. Scrooge meets the first ghost, Marley. Marley is in hell because of his behavior in life. There is a I'm a Stephen King fan, okay? Bear with me. There's a Stephen King movie. I don't remember the name of it. But in the Stephen King movie, like many, it takes place in a New England town, an island where people live, and they get visited by a stranger, and the stranger says hell is repetition. He kills people and says the word hell is repetition. I always thought there might be truth to that. Repetition, where you do the same thing. You are destined to do the same thing over and over and over that maybe you failed to do in life. I don't know. Does everybody believe in hell? No. I don't know. But I'm not an expert in this. But whatever it is, in A Christmas Carol, take it as a religious story or not, because it really isn't. It's a story of goodness and kindness and change. He meets his first ghost, who clearly is in a hell-like state, although they don't use that term. Okay, till next time. Just cross stitch. Let's go over the new one. I'm not the first one to do this, so. The first one is called A Blue Christmas. First is by Anna Gutova. I have never heard of her. Cute, huh? Nice shading. Next one is called Blue Christmas by Liz Almond. Never heard of her. Okay. Next one is Star of Wonder by Fireside Originals. Carol Grant, never heard of her. Next one is Gyula Manfredini. Of course I have heard of her. She is a lovely designer, and this is called Assisi Christmas Bell. Beautiful, very attractive, nice project. Too much backstitching for me though. I just don't like backstitching. I know people like it, but not for me. But it is pretty. Next, Linda Jenkins, Noel. Once again, a lot of backstitching. It's pretty. It's done on white Aida. Would look nicer on an interesting fabric. Next is Patricia Ann Designs. I have never heard of this. 2020. Nice fabric. No, nice design on plain fabric. I think this would look much nicer on an interesting fabric. I think that's the problem with some of these too. Okay. This is Stitchora Peri Haiti. Okay, Blue Star. Not interesting stitch, but I don't like all this white stuff, the covering. I think this would look nice if this didn't have that back stitching or whatever that is on top. I looked her up because she's Muslim, and I thought, you know, I think it's interesting to have a Muslim in a Christmas book, but she has a small Etsy shop, and she's out of Abu Dhabi, which is interesting. This is another one I've never heard of. You can see the theme here. Threaded Dream Studio by Katrina King. This is a Moravian star. It's very pretty. Once again, on white fabric, this would look much nicer on a hand-dyed. I'd have to think about which one, but is it white? It's blue. Light blue artiste linen. I stand corrected. It's light blue. This is by Gune Uyan. I have never heard of her. Joy. Okay. Next is Christmas Critters. This is Amanda May Ardith Design. I have never heard of her as well, but this is pretty. And it's done on indigo linen by Luminous Fiber Arts. I think it's kind of cool. It's got a it's got a whale. This is Charlotte's Web Needlework, Charlotte Smith. I have heard of her. And this is Mistletoe. I thought that's kind of neat too. Got two flamingos kissing under the mistletoe. This is Fairy Wool in the Wood. She is a known designer, has an Etsy shop, and I like her stuff. This is cute. This is done on 30 count Emmy linen by Eclipse's Colors. I have never heard of Emmy's linen. I have to look that up. And this one's called Christ Mouse. Love cats, so that's really nice. I would do that. This is Dear Santa by Gentle Pursuit Designs. I have heard of her, although I'm not that familiar. She does this on an interesting linen. This is 40 count French lace. And she does this in a Versoix, go figure. For dog lovers. Okay. This is Natalia Luneva. I don't know her, but she does a polar bear Christmas. It's very pretty. Okay. This is Open Road Abode Needleworks, Melanie Gilmore. The next one, I've never heard of her. Kind of different. What's it called? Holly Jolly Buffalo. It's different. It's really different. I could see a lot of people liking that. This is by Turtle Bunny Creations, Kitty's First Christmas. This is sort of 80s looking to me. Retro. This is by Twisted Willow. Once again, I'm not familiar with her. I may become more familiar with these designers because I'm curious, but this is called Deck the Paws. See it? Deck the Paws. Okay. Next is Deck the Halls. This is by Bobbin and Fred, Shannon Grierson. I don't know her. Okay. Next is by Faithworks. I have heard of this designer. It's a pretty little finish. It's a ball. Okay. That one's called Pretty Poinsettias. This is by From the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. I'm not familiar with her. This is Joy to the World. Next is Kathleen Berlue. I only know her from just cross stitch, but it is a pretty little design called Poinsettia and Pine Peacock. Cute, right? I thought this was attractive. It was done on antique white Joblin. It's got some interesting colors. I thought that was pretty. This is Leslie Tier. Once again, I don't know her. It's a pretty little design called Christmas Tree. You see it. Next is My Big Toe Designs. Of course, I know her. And this is Merry Christmas. I thought this was very well done. You see all that background color? That's real pretty. The way she finished that. I like that. Next is Rose What Nemo. I don't know her. Hard Anger Joy. Like the way she finished it. Very pretty. Next is Punachka. I have heard of her. This is very, very pretty. This is called Poinsettia. She did this on 32 count raw silver Belfast. It's like a sparkly linen, and I thought she did a very nice job on that with the little beads. Simple design, but very pretty. Yeah, I like that. This is Arlene Cohen. I have heard of her. I'm not very familiar with her works. This is all straight stitches. Okay. Next is Holly Jolly Christmas. This is by Cherry Parker. I don't know her. Merry Christmas. Sort of 80s once again. Next is Mtv Designs, Tropical Ginger. I thought this was clever, the way she put the floss there to make a little hula skirt. I also like the linen. It's blue. It's I don't know what linen that is. It is a Caribbean blue from Whiteshell. Very pretty. This is Little Rocking Horse by Eileen Gurak. I don't know her. Once again, this is very 80s, when the rocking horses were in. It would look nice on the tree, though. And for another 80s design, Jennifer Redmond, I don't know her either. This is a little Christmas bear. The Christmas bear. See him? Okay. Next is Rona Nori. I don't know her. Gingerbread Boy. I thought this was clever because he's holding a candy cane. Thought that was very clever. Isn't that clever? Next is Stitching in the Rain. I do not know her. It's called Xmas. I thought this is a nice design. I like the bell in the bell with the bell. This is very cute. Once again, I don't know this designer. And it's on Vintage Country Mocha. Next is the Queen Stitch. I've seen this exact design in a previous thing, in a previous magazine, I think. This, I don't know the Queen Stitch. This is Chris Lally. I thought this was very clever, once again, in how she put this little netting over it. And it looks like a wrapped candy. I thought that was very clever. Next is Jolly Old St. Nicholas. Autumn Lane Stitchery. I do not know her. This is a very attractive, well thought out Santa. Sort of reminds me of Mary Engelbreit. But that is an attractive Santa. That's a nice design. Next is Historic Handworks. I do not know her. It is Deborah Fasano, but her design is great. It's Santa Claus is coming to town. They're Colonial Santas. Can you see that? Aren't they great? Like, they look like they're 1700s colonials. I like this one so much that this one gets why is there a white thing on top of here? Here we go. I like this so much that this one is getting a little marker so I could get it back. And that was done on lamb's wool linen. You could do this on any scrap of linen with DMC and Sullivan's. She also used Rainbow Gallery fuzzy stuff, Krennic braid. I have some gold braid. Don't have black, but I have gold. And Rainbow Gallery fuzz I don't have, but I could order that. I might have it actually somewhere. I gotta look. Next is Kesslin's. I don't know her, but this is called Dinky. Quite cute. See him? Next is Mtv Designs. I have heard of her. Merry Christmas 2020, and I thought this was a very attractive design with the little houses there. Isn't that nice? And I did like this one. So this one is also getting a little marker in a different color, make it easier to find. Okay, so let's do another one. Okay. I did like that. Next is Needle Bling Designs. I have heard of her, and I've done one of her pieces. What is that called? Sorry, it's called Jolly Old Soul. Next is Praiseworthy Stitches. I have heard of them. Ho, 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 away we go. This is very well done. I have this tinsel that's made for it's made for a trimming, tinsel trimming. I have it. This is very, very nice. I like this a lot as well. That was very well done. And Praiseworthy Stitches, they've been around a long time. Done on Vintage Winter Sky from Lakeside Linens. This one is Ursula Michaels. I've heard of her too. This is very cute. Look, reminds me of the other one. Next is Tempting Tangles. She is a known designer, and this is called Evergreen Santa. Very adorable. Evergreen Santa. I think he's holding a little tree. That's well done, and she did this on Ivory Jobelin. Next, Let It Snow. A lot of stuff in here, guys. This is Boulder Valley Stitching. I'm not familiar with her. This is called A Few of My Favorite Things. Next is Carol Manning Designs. I do know her, and this is called Caroling Friends. I think this is very funny. That's hilarious. Kind of reminds me of Ziggy. And I am dating myself by talking about Ziggy. This is Cross Stitch Sanctuary. I've never heard of it, but it's called Love on Ice. Next is Franny Ritter, and I have heard of her. And this is Juggling Snowballs, a fabulous finish with little snowballs. This is very cute. It's one of the nicer ones in this magazine. I can see my friend Mary M, who does a lot of finishes for the cross stitch cover, doing that. I could definitely see that. I'm going to send that to her. She's probably already seen it. Next is Knotted Tree Needle Art. I have never heard of this lady, but it is cute, nicely finished. Next is Crafty Cat Designs. I have never heard of her. This is done on some sort of chenille. That's the cross stitch part. It's another funny one to me. Okay. Next is the Frosted Pumpkin. I have heard of her. She does they do little people like that. It's pretty fabric, it's pretty design. And it's called Sealed with a Snowflake. Next is Oh Christmas Tree. This is Anna Pavlik. I don't know her. It's cute, right? And that is called, by the way, Snow Globe. Yeah. This is Silent Night by Dames of the Needle. This is probably my favorite one in the entire magazine. I love it. Isn't it cute? And it's done on her own linen. I love the colors. They're non-traditional colors. And it's done on Peddler's Blend Linen from Dames of the Needle with Gentle Arts, Gold Leaf, and Peacoat. 2 colors. This also gets this isn't done over 1, is it? Because some of her stuff is over 1. Cross stitch over 3, but over 2, excuse me, but you could do it over 1. Okay, so that is getting a marker. Okay. Next is Kim Beamish. I don't know her. Christmas Cabin. Okay. Next is Lisa Leanne Designs, Lisa Harris. I do not know her. This is all Smyrna stitch. Named Oh Christmas Tree. Next is Winter Village by Lucy Heaton. I do not know her. I like the fabric. That's that Petit Point fabric by Zweigart. Very pretty. Petit Point fabric. Next is Luhu Stitches. I do know her. I mean, I've heard of her. I don't know her personally. Next is Pickle Barrel. I know her. She does a lot in the just cross stitch. It's cute. It's got a little camper. We go camping with tents, but I'd love to have a camper. This is Rosewood Manor by Karen Kluba. And that's called Dancing Trees. Next is Merry and Bright by the Stitcherhood. I do not know her. Kind of cool, the three little lamps. Tri-lamp. Next is Oh Holy Night. This is KST Designs called Christmas Alphabet A. Next is Marnick Designs. I do not know her. This is called Unto Us a Child is Born. I like the finishing on this. Next is Medina Originals. This is called Joy Angel. Pretty fabric. Next is Nikki's Creations, who of course I know. This is Angel Tree. I do like her fabric. This is her own fabric. I think it's called England, New England or something. I gotta look that up. And that is pretty. It's called Old England. Next is Shoe Fly Needle Arts. I don't know her, and this is called Shepherd Boy and Little Lamb. Way too much backstitching for me, but I do like the little swirls there. Okay. Next is Stitchy Fish Designs, Lee Fisher. I know her mainly from Just Cross Stitch. I know of the name. I don't know her personally, of course. Next is a little stitcher who I do know, Laura Rimala. I just ordered something from her along these lines, and this is called St. Lucy's Light. Isn't that cute? I highlighted her on the vintage page because I think her designs are beautiful. I would do this one and it would get a marker, but I already have a design very similar to that I would like to do. This is Tiny Modernist. She's very well known, and this is Vintage Angel. I thought this was very pretty, and it's got non-traditional colors and lovely. Just lovely. This is one of my favorite ones. One more, Reindeer Express, #1, Blue Ribbon Designs. I do know her. She's been around a while. She's done a number of samplers. It's very pretty and a very traditional design. I like that a lot. Next is Haystack Stitching, Festive Jumper. I do not know her, but I do like the little hanger. That's cool. Next is, hold on, next is Hot House Petunia. I do not know her. And this is called First Snow. Next is Lindy Stitches. She is well known, called Christmas Frolic. I think this would look better on a more interesting piece of linen. Really, yeah. This is done on quartz linen from the Hanging Thread. I've never heard of that brand. So many new linen companies. This is Saving Grace's Fine Needle Arts, Elizabeth Spurlock. She's been around a while. I do know her of her Deer in the Forest. And next is the Sullivan's USA Designs by Karen Kluba for Sullivan's. This is Tartan Reindeer. I very much like this. Not crazy about the white fabric, but I love the colors in this, and I really like this. I would do that, no problem. I'm going to start doing at least one a month. Very pretty. That gets a marker. Okay. Okay, let's just put our marker. Okay. And that's it. And as you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 markers in here. Okay. Next is the 2009. And you can see what I mean about more about designers you know. we'll go through this as well. They did not put the designs on individual pages, so I can't go through them. I have to go through this. It's a little hard to show you, but on this page, the Victoria Sampler, Primrose Needleworks, Mosey and Me, Homespun Elegance, Sue Hillis, Blackbird Designs, Blue Ribbon Designs, Sam Sarah, Fancy That, and M Designs. If you're interested to know which is which, these are fabulous. Look at that. I love that. What number is that? That is number 5, which is Sue Hillis. Very pretty. That's cute. I believe that's Mosey and Me. That's the Blackbird one. These are I think these are more interesting and definitely a little more prim. Next is A Christmas Tree, and this is, it's finally finished. Charlotte's Web, The Sweetheart Tree, Amy Brooken, Cindy Valentine, I never heard of her, The Work Basket, The Prairie Schooler, Erica Michaels, Little House Needleworks, My Mark and Angel Stitching. If you need to know, let me know. Once again, you've heard of most of these designers, right? Okay. Next section is where is the next section? Why am I having such issues finding it? Okay, next section is, hold on, did I miss a section? I think there were sections in here that oh no, here we go. Sorry, Winter Wonderland, Forget Me Not, Cassie Buonorgio, Thistle Threads, Kitty and Me, Gentle Pursuit, Ladybug, Britter Cup, and Cross-Eyed Cricket. Cross-Eyed Cricket is the only one I know on this page, but there's some really interesting, and I love her design as well. But look how interesting these designs are. That's very pretty. I love that one too. That's the Cross-Eyed Cricket one. I thought it was very pretty. But I do like this one, but 6 and 8. 6 is Gentle Pursuit, so I have heard of them, and 8 is Britter Cup. I've never heard of them, but I do like this. I very much like this cat, just to show you. Okay. Next, Britter Cup Designs. I don't know her. Next is Still Stitching with Susan, Val Stuff, Courtney Collection, Glory Bee, Heartstrings, Elizabeth's, My Big Toe, Little by Little, and Sweet Pea. Some very pretty stuff in here. I think I'm just going to show you my favorite, which is 9, Little by Little. Isn't that pretty? It's incredibly clever. All these are well finished. Next, Old Fashioned Holiday, The Primitive Needle, Cherish Stitches, Legacy Designs, Bright Needle, Milady's Needle, Moss Creek, Jeanette Douglas, La Di Da, and the Sunflower Seed. This one I need to put a marker on because I want to do this. The Primitive Needle, that's my favorite. But look how nice these are. That's a beautiful design. That one's pretty. These are very pretty. This one on top, gorgeous. Nordic looking. Lovely. I'm going to put a marker here because I really do want to do that. Okay. Next is, okay, let's see what we got. Next is Deck the Halls, Patricia Ann, Full Circle, Stitchworks, Miss Crescent, Victoria Sampler, Cat's Whiskers, Shepherd's Bush, Imaginating, and Knotted Tree. Very pretty. Here, just to show you. That tree is beautiful. I like that one a lot. Here's two more. Okay. And Joy to the World, Fancy Work, The Sampler Girl, Rosewood Manor, Scandinavian Stitches, Loppy Lou, WeWorks, Midsummer's Night, Nordic Needle, and Debbie's Designs. Quite pretty. Quite pretty, right? That one's very nice with a little peacock. A Child is Born. That one is a very pretty one. That is by WeWorks, and it's on some sort of paper. I would like to do that. In fact, I'm going to mark this, because it also has number 2, which is the Sampler Girl, early American motif. But something about That Child is Born I like. Okay. And is that it? How could that be it? What did we miss? Because they both have 70-something designs. I feel like I missed something, but I guess it doesn't matter. Let's see, did we do this one? No, we didn't. Christmas Confetti, Prairie Moon, Charlotte's Collectibles, Raise the Roof, Gemini, Ink Circles, Country Cottage. That looks like Halloween to me. I like that one, that's cool. It's funny. Just really cool. Run Run Rudolph, that one's got to be Raise the Roof. Yeah, yes. Just making sure I didn't miss any. So anyway, I mean, they both have nice. I think they're a little bit more prim. In the older ones, I think they're a little bit more elaborate. And from what I understand, it has to do with the relationship of the designers to the editors of the magazine, or something like that. So I don't really know the truth. I'm not a designer. How would I know? But okay, well, have a great week. 4 days to this week, but I am on call next weekend, so it's going to make it a yucky week. But I'm just kidding. I don't mind being on call. It's usually not too bad. Nowadays, we have doctors who just work in the hospital. They're sort of emergency room OBGYN doctors, and they're a great help to us. So no more ER call, which is really great. Hope you have a wonderful week. I just wanted to share with you one more thing. I did a giveaway associated with the last video. It was on my, prefacing this, that it's on my vintage cross-stitch niche page. I do these on the page. It's much easier for me to do giveaways there. So I just wanted to show you what we had given away. If you're not a Facebook person, join just to be on our page and go on the videos. This is going to be the next giveaway. It's a beautiful piece of R&R linen, 36 count linen, and a tour box, which is out of print chart. There's actually a Facebook group that is just doing this as a stitch along. That'll be our next thing. This is, by the way, Cafe R&R Cafe Kona. Nice, right? I think dark cappuccino is the called for, which I don't have. I had Cafe Kona, but it looks awfully nice to me. So anyway, have a great week. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. If you don't like the video, well, I'm sorry. I do my best, and you know, I can't make everybody happy. Have a wonderful week from my home to yours. Keep stitching.